Parc Astérix, located just outside of Paris, France, has a great coaster lineup and some of the best roller coasters in Europe. One of those roller coasters is a Gerstlauer family coaster called Pégase Express, which travels alongside the park's parking lot. And this roller coaster is one of the best family coasters out there. Pégase Express stands only 68.8 feet or 21 meters tall, has over 3,000 feet or 928 meters of track, and reaches a top speed of 32.3 miles per hour or 51 kilometers per hour. In addition to having one of the best locations in the park, Pégase Express has an amazing ride experience complete with some great theming. It is one of Parc Astérix's standout attractions. What makes this roller coaster such a fun ride though? Find out in this review as we share our comments about what you can expect when you go to Parc Astérix to ride this coaster. Now, let's travel to ancient Greece to ride Pégase Express. Parc Astérix owners Compagnie des Alpes wasted no time developing its new major attraction after it added Osiris, a Bolger and Mabillard inverted roller coaster in 2012. Just 2 years after adding Osiris, Compagnie des Alpes announced that it wanted to add a large-scale roller coaster to Parc Astérix for the 2017 season. In 2015, Compagnie des Alpes released a survey asking for a preference of one of three options: an ancient Egyptian-themed Zamperla topspin, a Norse-themed Bolger and Mabillard flying coaster, and an ancient Greek-themed Gerstlauer family coaster, much like Pégase Express at Dollywood in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Ultimately, the Gerstlauer family coaster was favored, and Compagnie des Alpes proceeded with site preparation for the new attraction in the Grèce Antique section of Parc Astérix in March 2016. The new attraction would be Pégase Express, which opened to the public in June 2017. And Pégase Express is one of the first attractions you will see when you get to Parc Astérix. Its out and back layout travels outside the park boundaries and alongside the parking lot on the left side. This makes for a great visual and gets you excited for your day at the park. After you enter the park from the front entrance, you will turn towards the left through the Roman section of the park, past the River Rapids ride Romos et Rapidos, and left again through the Grèce Antique section to get to the ride. As you enter the ride's main plaza, you will see several white and blue buildings like the ones in Santorini, Greece, and a golden Pegasus statue with outstretched wings. This walk-up experience is awesome, and the station building looks great, especially with that clock tower on the left side of the building. The ride's queue and station building is actually based on a train station, which references both the train station in Paris, Gare Montparnasse, and the Mount Parnassus mountain range in Greece. It's really quite clever. You enter the queue towards the left underneath the side that says Entrée. As you make your way to the ride platform, you will pass some good theming. When you get to the ride platform, you will see one of Pégase Express's 4 10-car, 20-passenger trains, and these trains look great. They are light blue with dark blue accents, and each lead car has a pair of Pegasus wings on them. Once you have boarded your train, secured your lap bar restraints, and cleared dispatch, you launch immediately out of the station to begin your ride. After you launch out of the station, you go over a bunny hill and down into a swooping right-hand bank turn. You then take a left-hand bank turn towards some straight track before starting a climb up a conventional lift hill. This opening sequence is awesome and quite unique. While this first section of the ride does not pull the strongest forces, it is still a great way to begin the ride. At the top of the lift hill, you pass a train crossing sign, which has a good sound effect before turning slightly towards the left and going down Pégase Express's main drop. You fly over an airtime hill, which gives some weak floater airtime. At the top of that airtime hill, you bank slightly towards the right before climbing up another airtime hill. This airtime hill is quite different from the first, as you bank slightly towards the left before banking immediately back towards the right into a turn through a small shed. You then bank towards the left before climbing into a right-hand bank turn, followed by a left-hand bank turn. The exit for this turn gives a slight pop of airtime for those sitting in the back rows. You then climb up into a sort of double up before whipping downwards into a right-hand bank turn, which passes through some billboard theming. You climb into a right-hand banked airtime hill before whipping back towards the left. This whip towards the left is a great change of direction moment, as you get some slight laterals if you are sitting on the right side of the train. You then take a right-hand bank turn over a short section of straight track and up another lift hill. Unlike the first lift hill, which has a chain, this lift hill has tires, which propel the train up into a left-hand turn and into a temple-themed structure. In that structure, the train comes to a complete stop as you come face to face with Medusa. And this Medusa projection is really cool. She expresses displeasure and tells you to flee as she prepares to turn the train into stone. As she does so, the train immediately launches backwards out of the show building. Now going backwards, you go over a bunny hill before taking a right-hand banked turn down into the rest of the layout. You go over a bunny hop, which actually gives some decent airtime for those now sitting in the back row, which was previously the front row. You fly over a leftward banked hill, followed by a series of S-turns, which whip the train from left to right, and then over another banked bunny hill. You then go over another banked airtime hill, followed by a left-hand banked turn up into a waiting break to complete your ride. While on the waiting break, you see one last piece of theming before proceeding forward into a left-hand turn into the final brake run. Pégase Express is a great family coaster and one of Parc Astérix's best rides. While it does not have the most intense ride experience, Pégase Express makes up for it with stellar theming and a fun ride experience. Those turns, especially during the outward part of the ride, are very good. And the theming throughout the ride is excellent. The highlights of the ride, though, have to be those tire drive launches. While they are not as punchy as other tire drive launches we have done, Pégase Express's launches are good. That second launch is definitely the better of the two. A backwards launch is always great, and Pégase Express enhances that experience with some incredible theming. The Medusa Temple show building is themed quite nicely, and the projection is very good. There's even a water effect during the launch away from Medusa. It's quite cool. Another great aspect about Pégase Express is that backward section after the reverse launch. While it is good if you are sitting in what was the back row on the outwards leg, the backward section is amazing if you are sitting in what was the front row. You get completely whipped down that drop after the reverse launch, and because you can't see a thing or have no idea where you are going, this section feels slightly out of control. We definitely recommend riding Pégase Express in both the front row and the back row. The experiences are quite good. Aside from the ride experience, Pégase Express is great just to watch. Parc Astérix has some of the best operations out there. They constantly roll trains, which makes for some awesome visuals of dueling rides. As one train crests the first lift hill and flies over the first airtime hill, you will see another train launch out of the Medusa Temple show building and into the backwards section. The well-placed lake that the backward section goes over only enhances this visual. Pégase Express is simply an amazing ride and looks great in the Gerstlauer-manufactured section of the park. There is one last thing to note. Pégase Express does not have a designated place for loose articles, so if you have any type of bag, you will have to bring it with you. This policy is definitely surprising, so make sure you have secured all your loose articles when you first board your train. Parc Astérix has also implemented this policy on all its other roller coasters except for Toutatis, Tonnerre de Zeus, and Osiris. Regardless, Pégase Express is a great ride and definitely worth at least one ride while at Parc Astérix. Overall, Pégase Express is an amazing family roller coaster and easily one of Parc Astérix's best rides. The launches are good, the theming is excellent, and that backward section is awesome, especially for first-time riders who know nothing about the ride. It also makes a great first impression when you first arrive at the park. For our final score, we give Pégase Express a 7 out of 10. It is definitely the type of ride that everyone can enjoy. We definitely need more of these Gerstlauer family launch coasters out there. While they are not intense ride experiences, these Gerstlauer family coasters are amazing and quite thrilling. So, let us know in the comments below if you have ridden Pégase Express at Parc Astérix, and if so, what you think about it and this particular coaster type. And if you enjoyed this video or are new to the channel, please like and subscribe for more coaster and amusement park content like this. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more coaster reviews and amusement park content coming soon to Coaster Adventures, and we hope to see you in the next one.